Okay, today we're talking about calcium. So, calcium, very important vitamin, mineral, nutrient, whatever you want to call it, you need it, okay? If you don't get enough calcium, then eventually you'll develop what we call hypocalcemia. And common symptoms of that are weak bones, muscle cramps, tingling in fingers, lips, brittle nails, fatigue, tooth problems. Ultimately, the worst one, if you do this for a long time, you get old, you're probably going to get osteoporosis. And so you should take calcium because obviously you don't want those things. Okay, on the flip side, if you get too much calcium, right, this is what we call hypercalcemia. The symptoms of that are constipation, nausea, abdominal pain, excessive thirst, peeing, fatigue, brain fog, confusion, and the big one, kidney stones. In severe cases, it can cause heart problems, kidney damage, bone pain, and just overall muscle weakness. Okay, so how much do you actually need? So for adults under 50, they usually say about 1,000 milligrams. For people over 50, about 1,200 milligrams is generally the recommended amount. And you really don't want to go over 2,000, 2,500 milligrams per day. So the best food sources, if you're trying to get calcium from food, obviously dairy has a lot of it, milk, yogurt, cheese, which on the Seed Builders diet, we don't really eat that. There's other non-dairy ways to get it. Fortified plant milks, leafy greens like kale, collard greens, sardines with the bones, tofu, calcium set tofu, and almonds. Those are vegan options. To be honest, sardines is not vegan, but it's not dairy at least. But still, most of these things I don't eat. I don't really like oat milk, almond milk. I think it's basically just expensive water. Kale, collard greens, to be honest, I don't eat that much. Tofu, I really don't like the taste. I don't like to eat soy either. And I kind of have a allergy to nuts, so I don't eat almonds. So it's actually really, really hard for me to get calcium from food sources. Another tip is that you want to mix your calcium with vitamin D, right? A lot of times these supplements have vitamin D in already because that helps you absorb the calcium. Without vitamin D, your body doesn't really absorb calcium that well. Okay, and the last thing I just wanted to mention, there's probably more types of supplements for calcium, but the two main ones are calcium carbonate, which the pros of this are that you get basically half your daily value of calcium in one little soft shell pill. The downside is that you need stomach acid to digest this, so you want to eat calcium carbonate with food, okay? And calcium citrate does not need stomach acid, so you can eat this pretty much whenever you want, with or without food. The one final thing that I wanted to say is that calcium competes with iron for absorption, right? So your body can only absorb so much, and if it's flooded with iron, it's going to be hard to get calcium. And seeds, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds are actually very, very high in iron. So if you're taking this with food, you kind of want to be mindful to try to take it with a meal that's not high in seeds, if you can. Okay, so that you really want to give about 2 hours from when you last ate your really heavy seed meal to give your body time to digest it and get the iron, out of your bloodstream so that you'll be able to absorb the calcium carbonate. Okay? Okay, guys, one more thing I want to say about calcium, and just going to try to clear up some confusion. There's a lot of confusion about this, right? So if this calcium is 1,200 milligrams per pill, then why did I say one pill is 50% of your daily value, which is around 1,000 milligrams, right? Doesn't seem to make sense. And so the thing to understand is that these daily recommendations are about elemental calcium, right? How much of the element calcium did you consume, right? And so when it says 1,200 milligrams of calcium, well, this is the calcium supplement, and it says 1,200 milligrams per serving. It's talking about, when we look at the back, 1,200 milligrams of calcium carbonate, right? And so calcium carbonate, we know, is only 40% elemental calcium, okay? So when you're trying to figure out how much calcium you're getting, you need to remember that calcium is 40%, and, sorry, calcium carbonate is 40%, calcium citrate is 20%, okay? So we take the 1,200 calcium carbonate times 0.4, which equals 480 milligrams of elemental calcium in this, okay? So that's why this is about half of your daily recommended value. These ones, okay, these are a lot less dense in calcium, right? This is in 3 capsules, 330 milligrams of calcium citrate. Then we need to, so we can say in each pill it's 111 milligrams of calcium citrate. Then we need to multiply it by 0.2, 0.25 maybe. I mean, there's different estimates of how much you actually absorb of it. Let's say 111 times 0.25 is 28 milligrams per pill, okay? So this one had 500, this one has 28. So these are really kind of just to top it off at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. This is really your main source of calcium. Okay, so just want to clear that up. It's about elemental calcium consumed. So that's my spiel on calcium. Hope you guys take this knowledge and keep your bones healthy, keep your muscles, nerves healthy, and don't be low in calcium, don't be too high in calcium. I don't want any seed builders people emailing me saying, "Hey Jim, I have osteoporosis now, I got kidney stones, why don't you tell me how to properly take calcium?" Alright, so here it is. You got the knowledge now, so go do it.